July is one of the most interesting times of year to fish. You still got post spawners up here up north, and then down south you've got fish that are in their summer haunts. I'm going to talk about the 5 best bass baits in my opinion across the whole country for the month of July. The first bait being the square bill crankbait. The square bill crankbait is a really good bait for finding fish. I like to throw mine on 10 to 12 pound line on a 7.2 medium action rod, and I just like to cast it out there along rocks, preferably no weeds, but you can get away with it. Dredge that bait down into the mud and just bang into those rocks, and it'll cause those really sluggish July fish to bite. Very great way to locate fish. In my opinion, one of the best moving baits in July. Bait numero dos. The fluke. The fluke is a really great bait for those fish that are kind of active, kind of not. You don't really know where they're at. The soft jerk bait's a great way to find them. I like to rig mine on about a 3 to 5/0 EWG hook, and I actually like to throw mine on my medium rod, another 7.2 medium. It's the rod I throw it on, with anywhere from 8 to 15 pound line, depending on how thick of cover you're fishing. Throw it out there, let it get down just a little bit, maybe 3 feet under the surface, or as close to the bottom as you want, and just jerk it like you're fishing a jerk bait. Give it some pauses, and the bass are sure to eat it this time of year. The third bait that I want to talk about is a soft plastic swim bait. I like to throw mine on 8 to 10 pound line on spinning rod, 6/6, that really finesse swim bait. This is a 3.3 inch. This is something I throw on about an 1/8 ounce jig head. These things get nailed. It's a great way to find fish. Cast it out there, you can hop it, you can swim it, you can really do whatever you want with it. And it just gets bit by everything. Largemouth, smallmouth, pike, muskie, walleye, heck, catfish will eat it. There is no limit to this small bait, and it's one of my best baits in July. The fourth bait and my favorite bait for July, the Wacky Rig Senko. In particular for me, I like to throw the Yum 5 Green Pumpkin Dinger on a 2/0 or a size 2 Gamakatsu worm hook. Cast it out there, let it sink, and anywhere below 5 feet of water all the way to the bottom, slowly hop it up, but you have to make sure you let that bait get down to the bottom, because if you don't, you're not going to get bit. Probably 70% of my bites come on the initial fall of the bait. It just looks so good, and something about it makes it so that the fish can't resist. I like to throw mine on anywhere from 6 to 10 pound line on a 6/6 medium action spinning rod. Like I said, cast it out there, it is sure to get those finicky July bass fired up. And my fifth and final bait for July, the popper. This year is a really small one. I normally throw a heavier one. I couldn't find one when I was making this video, but the popper is my fifth bait. Up here this time of year, you definitely know about that mayfly hatch. Those things fly everywhere. They invade everything. The fish are full of them. The fish are pretty picky sometimes just because all they want is those fish flies. This time of year, best thing you can do to mimic one of those, throw one of these little things. I like to throw mine on 6 to 8 pound line. Again, I normally throw it on a spinning rod. You can throw it on a bait casting rod, probably a medium heavy, about a 7 foot. And then I'm throwing this anywhere where I think there could be largemouth or smallmouth feeding on mayflies. If you're down south, anywhere where you have bluegill is where I think the popper shines over the spook and the whopper plopper. Thank you for watching. I believe that those are the best 5 baits in July. You have to let me know now. What are your top 5 baits for the month of July?